Good morning. We are headed out to a 2-year-old Trane package unit that has literally derailed. You know, I love YouTube and I love the HVAC community and everything, but there's been a lot of just Trane, American standard. Guys, you know, that's, I need to kill that, man. I mean, it's not special, trust me, because this unit we're about to go on, this train got stopped dead in its tracks. Condenser coil's leaking. I mean, really leaking. Expansion valve is slammed shut. So we're going to take y'all along for the ride on this video today. But guys, Trane, American standard, nothing special. No better than anything else, okay? It's another piece of air conditioning equipment just like everything else, and it breaks. And it can be stopped. Because this one got stopped dead in its tracks. Nothing special about it at all. So, praising it, saying it's the best thing since sliced bread, y'all need to cut that out, because it's not. Nothing special about it at all. So we'll see y'all when we get out there. Alright guys, here's our culprit for today. The almighty Trane. That's oil all over the base of this unit. You can see it's all oily here. This thing is just leaking everywhere. So we're gonna, that sound, that's nitrogen blowing off. I put some more nitrogen in there just to see if I could, pinpoint it, but the leak detector's going off everywhere, so not really much I can do with it. Gonna unsweat 2 solder joints. One there, and then one right here, and the coil should come free. And then we got to change out the TXV also. Alright guys, there's the old spine fin sitting on the ground. Our new one's in place. Got a solder here and here. It came with a new dryer already welded in place, so we got to solder it there and there, these two joints right here, and then we're going to move on to the TXV. Alright guys, the condenser coil's all done, but see, this is the kind of crap I got to deal with supply houses around here. We have an American Standard store here. Here's my old valve, and you can see it's sweat. Well, this is the valve they gave me. That's flare, and that's flare. This is not a sweat valve at all. Even the equalizing tube is flared. So that's the kind of crap that I have to deal with around here. This repair is no good without that valve, because this valve is slammed shut. We did fix the refrigerant leak, but we did not fix our refrigerant flow problem. So now I've got to see, we do have a guy here that sells a lot of Trane, so now I got to call him, and he is a friend, and see if he's got one. Okay guys, it's several days later and we're back on our Trane package unit. We finally have the correct TXV. So we are going to cut the bulb off, and I had to do just like Zach did. I had to pull the blower so I can get to the equalizing tube right there. That's a free stat that I put on under there. So we're gonna unsweat the valve and then go unsweat the equalizing tube and then get the new valve put in place. Alright guys, right above the equalizing tube where you kind of see that glob of solder. That's where the original equalizing tube broke. I had my torch on really low heat, and I tried to pull the old equalizing tube out and it broke. So I just sealed the hole up with solder, drilled a new hole, and installed the equalizing tube right there, and that'll work fine. So now I'm gonna move to the other side and install the TXV itself, let this pipe cool off, and then up top up there is where the bulb goes. So you got to be very careful with these equalizing tubes because they will break on you very easily. Okay, we have the new TXV fitted in place. And now we're gonna wrap it up and braze it. Alright guys, I got the new TXV brazed in. I'll be honest with you, my bottom solder joint is very ugly. There's some boogers on there, but I know it may not look like it, guys, but this is a tight spot. Zach will know what I'm talking about. And or anybody else that's ever changed one on the Trane package unit, it's very hard to get to. But it is sealed, and right now we're going to put a little nitrogen on the system and check for leaks, and then we'll start a vacuum. Okay guys, we have a tightness test on the testo, 157.9. I just started it. So far it's not budging, so we don't have any major leaks. We rubbed our hands around it, bubbles, didn't see anything. So I got to mount the bulb. So we'll let this hold while I mount the bulb, and then if it holds, we'll transfer over to vacuum. All right guys, we got the unit in the vacuum. We're at 1492 and dropping slow, but it's going to take a while to pull the condenser coil and everything. So we'll let it pump a while, try to get it down to about 500, because I'm starting to hear a little thunder. It's starting to get a little cloudy over here, a little blue right there. So needs to hurry up and get down about 500. And I got to fill it up with 10 pounds of gas and then start it up. Well guys, as you can see, we didn't make it. I have my umbrella covering my testos and stuff so they don't get ruined. I just have to sit here and wait for it to slack off. And they didn't leave the building open for me to get to the thermostat. They were supposed to, but they didn't. Which is fine. I'll just jump it out with the zebra stat if it ever stops raining. Then we'll start it up. Alright guys, we have the unit operational. The only reason I'm checking subcooling is because on the package units, I've seen some people check subcooling, and you know, when you got a TXV, which is unnecessary. If you put the factory charge in, you're fine. But my field piece scale got wet and from the rain, and when I went to weigh in the charge, it wasn't acting right. I think it got ruined in the weather. I'm gonna let it dry out tonight real good and try it out tomorrow. If it doesn't work, I'm thinking about going over to the CPS scale. Y'all can give me y'all's opinion on that. I would like some opinions. I really do like this scale, but sometimes it can be a pain in the butt because it's wireless. So anyway, so that's why I'm checking subcooling, is because I wasn't able to weigh the charge because my scale was acting up. So I'm gonna get that around 10 and get that superheat to come down a little bit. What it was doing before, we had a 70-pound suction. We had and the subcooling was running at 10, and of course we had a refrigerant leak too, but every time we try to charge it up, we could not get the suction pressure above 70. That's as high as it would go, no matter how much gas you would add. And as you can see, we're above that now, so the problem should be solved. That subcooling number closer to 10 and bring that superheat down lower than 36, 37. All right, guys. 11 degrees of subcooling, 18 degrees of superheat. I'm happy with that. That's a good working TXV right there, compared to the suction pressure never moving above 70. So we finally got it taken care of. We got the coil replaced, condenser coil replaced because it was leaking. The TXV replaced. I'm happy with the impressions right there. That looks like a nice working TXV. So there you go. Just so y'all think that these things are not unstoppable, all kidding aside, seriously, there's nothing special about Trane, guys. They break just like everything else. All kidding aside, I'm not even joking. But you know, we made the repairs and the unit's back up and running again. But they're no better than anything else. They have their problems just like everybody else. Yep, the big orange compressor.